other things that you could be doing. There is an addition to the program, and it's the addition of a 5-minute intermission after the Beethoven and before the Shostakovich. The Bach-Busoni that I just played was composed for a 4-part chorale in the 1730s, and then the Italian virtuoso pianist Busoni took it and rewrote it for piano in the early 1900s. The Beethoven Sonata that I'll be playing tonight is really interesting. It's interesting because it's so typical of a classical sonata, and it's interesting because it's atypical of a classical sonata. Beethoven wrote it when he was 20. It was the 7th one that he wrote. Or if you think about that, 7 sonatas, major sonatas by the time you're 20 is pretty incredible. As a historical perspective, the US Constitution was signed 3 years before this piece was composed. So it's really not that old of a piece, even though it's classical music. The way that this piece is typical is that it has 4 movements. It has a fast movement, a slow movement, a dance movement, and then a big shebang ending movement. The way that it's not typical is that in a typical sonata you have a fast movement, an allegro movement to begin with. And it's fast, but it's not that fast. And then you have the middle 2 movements, and then you have the ending movement, which is flashy, it's huge, and it's as fast as you can go. With this sonata, Beethoven took those outside 2 movements and he flip-flopped them. If you look at your program, it says for the first piece, presto, which is extremely fast. If you look at the last piece of that 4-piece set, it says rondo, which is the structure of the piece, and then the tempo marking is allegro. These pieces are also pretty funny, and you kind of have to know somebody to get their sense of humor, and you kind of have to know Beethoven and the musical language in order to really understand what's funny. So, insider track is, if there's a really long pause and you just don't know what's coming next, that's funny. So, I hope that you enjoy these pieces. They're really full of humor, and listen for that